Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. I do want to apologize for the lack of videos from my usual schedule. Life happens and you just have to prioritize. But today we're going to be talking about social media and my thoughts on how it's affecting society right now, good, bad, because that's just the balance of everything in life. I don't know what I'm going to title it exactly, but it will revolve around the direction that it might take for the future. I think it's important to start off with where I am when it comes to social media. I am on YouTube, obviously, and on Instagram, where I just basically post my makeup looks with a full list of products. I don't make money off of Instagram, and I do make money off of YouTube, but it is not a substantial amount where I will classify it as a legit source of income. I oftentimes get asked, like, would you ever want to make YouTube a thing? And I have stated it on here as well that I don't want to make this something that could potentially be a source of living. And even if given the chance, if someone said, like, I can propel you to be this social media star, I wouldn't want it. I don't think I have the mental capacity to handle everything that's involved with it. When it's giving up your privacy, when it's being very cautious of everything that you say and do, how you look, and knowing that it's up to criticism at any given time. I myself am not willing to give that up for fame and money, and I have other avenues to make income. So YouTube, although it has been great, it will remain a hobby and this place where if I feel like making content, I will, and if I don't, then it's not going to be a detriment to my life. That said, though, social media has become an entity that is, you can't stop it. It is what it is. It is a part of society. There are many ways to use social media for gain, for entertainment, for different outlets of life. As a part of the education experience, you often get the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Where do you see yourself in the future? What does that look like for you? What are you hoping it to be? Remembering as kids, it was always teacher, police officer, veterinarian, firefighter, doctor. It was never, I want to be a YouTuber. And I found that within, the latter part of my teaching career, I noticed that more and more kids year after year would say, oh, I would love to be a YouTuber. When, I was growing up, and I'm sure a lot of us are growing up, that wasn't even a thought. It was years to be out in the future. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that social media is open to everybody. There are no qualifications to put yourself on such a platform. You don't need education. You don't need experience. Heck, you don't even have to be an adult. There are young kids, like I'm talking young kids, who are making a living for their family. And I think because of that, it's so alluring to people that they can do all of this without the normal protocols on what we as society deem as the path to profession. And that works great for a lot of people, and we're going to get into it. But I also think, and this is going to be, I think, the focal point for this video, there's a growing number, particularly with the youth, where they take social media and not necessarily use it to benefit society. Younger generations, like the ones that I've taught and the ones that we're seeing now, and we're going to use, I think it's called TikTok. I've never seen it, but I've seen clips and videos of it compiled together. And what I'm noticing, it's like they're lip syncing to a song that exists, they're dancing to a song that exists, and they're sometimes just posing on the camera. And when you think about it, these are things that we do on a regular basis. These are things you do in the mirror when you get out of the shower. These are things that you do when you're waiting in your car and you have nothing else to do. This is like everyday activity. This is not this profound thinking that you do. This is just people being people. And I'm not going to sit here and say that this is for all the youth. I'm not speaking on behalf of all of them, but the fact that these individuals, these kids are making a living off of doing such things means that there is a huge following behind it, that there are millions of people that are watching this content and finding it entertaining. And so the kids that I'm hearing from in my classroom are those kids watching these things and saying, man, I want to do that. And it's very almost, I know it's going to sound negative, but very mindless things. There's not a lot of creativity involved. And in turn, people are finding that as a way to have a profession, an actual job that really doesn't require much. And I feel like it's kind of this looming thing in the air. And we may not see its impact right now, but if I'm hearing this from younger kids and they're gonna grow up, I'm not saying that all of them are gonna still wanna be social media influencers, but it's in the back of their head. I don't want to take away from influencers and creators that create like hard-working, cinematic, thought-provoking content where they literally spend months creating content with a team of people, and the content they create be beneficial for society. And I think for me, maybe it's my age showing, that's what we should use social media for. And so there is that side of social media that creates such content, but we can't take away from the fact that there is this side of YouTube that exists. And if you were to, take that into another profession where you, like, let's say a doctor, you have a doctor that is thorough, that works very hard at wanting to produce the best outcome, and then you have a doctor that's just like, I'll just do the bare minimum and I'm still going to get paid as that doctor. And in society that won't fly, but we've made that okay on social media. Social media has gotten so big that we have enough content and content creators for like every single avenue you probably could want. If you want to learn how to do a smoky eye, there is enough content. There are a lot of gamer people out there. There are more than enough people in the fitness industry on Instagram to cater to the types of exercises and muscle growth that you want. And I know the argument that people will make in that, well, why don't we just keep trying to get it better? My issue is that I feel if we continue to glorify social media as being this pedestal of a job, then we sacrifice having more people in other areas that I believe are more beneficial than being a social media influencer. Case in point, I think we need more doctors. I think we need more researchers. We definitely need more teachers. Have you been in a classroom? And as a society, we need to find a way to make those professions look as enticing as being a social media influencer. What that would look like, I have no idea, which is why I think it's a societal effort, because social media is so attractive. You don't have to worry about going to school for a set amount of years. You don't have to worry about paying for your education. The salary is not that enticing. We need to find ways to make it more attractive, because the more we push people into this idea of social media, being a social media star is so cool, it's all on your own time and blah blah blah, blah, we sacrifice the potential of like a healthier society. I love getting fashion inspiration like the next person. I enjoy going to Instagram and it's just right there, like that's what I'm looking for. Or if I want to do a cut crease, I can go on the internet and find that. I love the accessibility of that. But for me, I would much rather sacrifice that and have more people specializing in certain things at the hospital. I would love more cardiologists. I would love more anesthesiologists. For me, and looking at society as a large, that's more of a priority for me. So do we need content creators? Do we need social media? I would say yes, because it wouldn't be as popularized as it is now if it wasn't. But I think we also need to try and find the balance, because it's beginning to look a little bit more off balance when we look at youth. So like an influencer getting together with an environmentalist to work together to create something that will benefit society, I think is more beneficial than just an influencer, promoting a metal straw. Do you get what I'm saying? I just hope that there's a way that we eventually offset this drive to be a content creator with content that isn't going to make society thrive. I hope that makes sense. And look, if you want to make the argument that making such videos like the TikTok ones for the youth can be beneficial in the future, I would love to hear it. I'm not attacking the influencers. I'm worried about the number of youth that find that to be aspirational. Does that make sense? The actual concept, the idea of that kind of content, that's what is attractive and what people want to do in the future. And I get that people are going to look out for number one. I get that. And I understand it, because I know that I look out for number one. But there needs to be pockets in your life where you're willing to contribute to society, because I and you, we don't function without the rest of it. So that is the video for today. That was the direction. I think I said everything I wanted to say, and I would honestly love to hear what your thoughts are on the topic. If you do want to leave your thoughts, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to read them as they come in. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you decide to click on the red subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. This makeup look can be found on Instagram. First link in the description box down below, where I will list a full list of products in the caption. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. Pacific Islanders, you know what's up, right? If you know, you know. I love how they put share size on bags, when in reality, we know share size is, I'm gonna buy you your own bag because you're not gonna have any of mine. That's share size.